everybody. Welcome to another Vengeance God streams. My name is Mikey Fatum, also known as Vengeance God, also known as Ambassador Kel. I am so excited to see all of you. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Orangitis. Hey, Kirko. Hey, hey, Tumor Boy. Hey, Trexpert. Hey, Disco. Hey, KDS. Hey, SFC. Hey, Kiryamaya. Did I miss anybody who's chalked in chat yet? Hey, Natasha Fire. Welcome, welcome. For a brief description of what we're doing here today, my name, as Mikey Fatum, as you know, I used to be the community manager for Star Trek Online until a couple of months ago. Since that time, I've been streaming every weekday. We do Star Trek Online on Mondays. We do random games on Tuesdays. We do on Wednesdays we weren't pig. No, on Wednesdays we do Final Fantasy 14. Thursdays we do Marvel Rivals, and Fridays we do just chatting, sometimes some mini painting, etc. Good to see you, Incredible G. Good to see you, Endeavor and 47 Alpha Tango and Ice Queen and Fleet Admiral Sherwood. Glad everybody could come in. So what I'm very excited about today is hopefully the first of many interviews with my beautiful and wonderful former coworkers. And today I'm very excited because we are joined by senior environment artist. Let's see, which way is it? Nick Duguid.
It's me. Yay! I'm him.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Coming back from the holidays.
Yeah. It's an interesting time of year.
It is. January is weird.
January is weird, and especially the first day back is all. I was telling my team this morning that like it's okay that you don't know what you're doing. That's this is normal. You get back and we're like, how do I job again? I don't.
Yeah. What is environment art? How to make rock work rate?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Trexpert redeemed making me saying something in a silly voice, and he wants me to do the name game with your name and a Squidward voice, but I don't know what the name game is. Let me turn up.
Mike, Mobike, but meet Mike, Mobike. I don't know the exact words, but yeah,
those are good. So I guess it would be like, let's see, Squidward is like Nick, no Nick. Whoops. Okay.
Yep, that's the problem.
Maybe I'll just stop there.
That's exactly the problem with it, and that's why. Yep.
I'm sorry that I've brought back painful childhood memories, Nick. I've turned myself up, folks. I am going to be a little bit quieter today. Remember that microphone arm that fully broke? That was breaking all the time on my streams. It is now fully broken. I have this fancy one, but I'll show you the problem with it. Ready? And there it goes. So I'm trying to figure that out. So we're using some thrown together stuff today. But I wanted to make sure we had the good microphone for Nick.
I can just sit back here and then.
Oh yeah, that's great. And then everybody gets to see the whole show.
Well, no, the whole show is elsewhere.
Hey, Dexter, welcome. All right, well, should we show off some of your amazing work? You want to give me the grand tour?
Nah.
All right.
To see that.
All right, cool. Actually, I do have an important thing I have to talk about before we get started.
Sure.
Which is that yesterday I picked up a comic book by Ryan North and somebody Charm named Shax's Best Day. It's an old Day of Blood comic. I hadn't had a chance to read it yet. And now that I'm a fan, give me this. Give me this immediately. Oh, sorry. Can you see that?
I'm looking.
Can you see the Klingon bird of prey mech?
Damn.
Shax blows up a bird of prey, and somehow the engineer uses the bird of prey to make a bird of prey mech. And I need it.
Amazing.
This is my new campaign. We're gonna Thomas, if you're listening, Jeremy, if you're listening, that is you need to put that in the game immediately. That's what we need. But let's go into things that'll actually happen.
Yeah, this is going to happen imminently. I don't know exactly when, but
yeah. Well, we're looking at it on the screen right now. Hey, STO Eric.
Extra soon, TM.
And hey,
we're here. Welcome to Earth.
You can't say welcome to Earth without punching someone in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't have any punch, so that's Earth. That's different. So
yeah. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Lars.
So yeah, so this is our update to Earth Space Dock. based on the Earth space dock scene in Star Trek Picard Season 3.
Now, last time I heard conversations about this update, it was when we first saw the update, and I think our answer at the time was, "We're not going to do that." What changed in the process behind the scenes that made us decide to do it?
Thomas said, "Hey, you want to make Earth space dock?" And I said, "Sure."
Sometimes it's
I
that
honestly
simple.
don't know like what changed. I think it was mostly just timing related. It just worked out that we had the time in my schedule while other people were working on soon to come redacted things.
Yes.
And so yeah, so this was a kind of a pet project, and to be honest, a lot of this was helped along because I had been kind of half-ass side working on rebuilding the original Earth space dock since long ago. I've had these kind of test files in the system, and so I basically prototyped this method of workflow to build this. So we actually saved a fair bit of time that way.
Well, that's cool.
And so none of this is actually from that, but it just kind of used the same basis methods. And so, yeah.
So how I know obviously there's the things on the side, but to my untrained eye who hasn't watched Star Trek movies 17,000 times, what are the major differences here between the original or ESD and the Picard one?
Here, let me find space dock. I don't have it up because it's not in this map anymore. But so the original is this. Well, I'm sorry. The original is this in our game. If you hadn't seen this, this is what the game launched with. Sorry, let me park myself. And sorry, I lost it. There we go. In 2009, I want to say I had a whole timeline in the blog that we released on this, but
I can look up.
There was a bunch of feedback from players and probably me not liking this and wanting to update it to be more canonical, to make it feel more like what we've seen in the shows and movies. And so in 2009, they released this, which this is not even a great image of it. Here's a better one. Let's go look at whatever this is. No, that's tiny. Great. So anyway, so this is more what we see from Star Trek 3, which is where this was first revealed. This was a enormous miniature bigature that where did that window go? There we go. I should have thought to find my reference. Hold on a second.
No worries. Well, while Nick's finding reference, I just want to say for the new folks who are pouring in for STO, if you want to give us a follow, or even if you can, a sub, that would be awesome. We're trying to build a partner here. We made affiliate within a week, which was awesome. And all I need to do to get partners to get more people regularly watching the streams. So come on in, please.
Star Trek reference.
Thank you, Basic Billy.
Yes. Okay, great.
And for those of you who are, what was I going to say? It's gone now. Anyway, you were going to tell me something else.
We were talking about the original space dock. This is much better. So this is this is screenshots and things. So this is the original model that they made for Star Trek 3. Obviously enormous.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of detail here that we don't really have a lot of great shots of what the details look like necessarily. I mean, this is from my own collection of things, but they aren't great. They often filmed it upside down because it was top heavy. Lights and things. Here's what ours. This is probably one of the better shots, and I don't even know. This is obviously composited, but it does look like a painting, but it definitely is the model as well. So I'm not quite sure what this image is even from, but this was a prototype that they made beforehand. So this is not the actual model. Here's from Star Trek 3. Anyway, so what's the difference?
Whenever something like that comes up for an auction, my brain is always just like, it belongs in a museum.
Yeah, very much so. So what's the difference between them? I mean, just kind of aesthetics and form. the overall size. Hey, give me my camera. The overall kind of shape of it, of the main structure, is basically is similar. They both have a big mushroom top with a docking bay in them. They both have a kind of a ball section, although this one is kind of inverted from this one. They both have kind of a skirt, which this one is made from the ball or the hemisphere, and then they have a base piece. The Picard one obviously adds on these outer saucers as well, and such. We made some interpretations on scale and things, so we have not necessarily canonical dimensions for this, but at least commonly accepted fan dimensions for what the size of this station is. I don't know them off the top of my head, but it's basically like 3,000 meters across or something like that. This
and Star Trek is always slavishly accurate to scale.
Super accurate all the time. This station, we have no canonical anything. We have screenshots of this show, but we don't have any dimensions. And so I basically just had to interpret dimensions based off of the screenshot of the Enterprise F coming out of the docking bay.
Which was, of course, made by our good friend Pundus. Thank you very much. And also, Cathexis, thank you for the follow and the subscription. I really appreciate that.
So I based the scale off of that, and then that actually made this pretty small. You can see that this can fit through with quite a bit of space on both sides.
Yeah.
And so we ended up doubling the scale of the model in game so that it fit closer to our current Earth space dock, which is also drastically oversized. So, sorry, the Star Trek 3 Earth space dock that we've had forever is pretty drastically oversized. It is larger than it should be, but that's what we've had in game. That's what we like to feel flying around. That's how we want it to feel. And so this one, even though it is technically larger than it probably should be, was scaled up to basically be the same height as the Star Trek 3 Earth space dock that we've had in game for a while.
Very cool.
Sorry, it's a little confusing when we start talking about multiple star bases.
Oh yeah,
Startup, so.
Earth. We should go. Let's see. Earth space dock, Alpha, Beta, and then this would be Zeta.
I'm just doing 1 and 2. I'm calling the Star Trek 3 as ESD 1, and this is ESD 2.
Perfect.
And the other one was Beta or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
A Fleet Admiral Sherwood wants to know if we can make the Enterprise come out of this with fireworks once a day. Which now that I'm a fan and not a community manager, I can say, yeah, do that, Nick. That's super easy.
Yeah, do that design. I wouldn't do that. That would have to be up to design to figure that out. There are ships that certainly move around out here, and we've also updated how we do ships on the interior that are flying around. So you'll actually see now not just ships doing circles, but you'll see, I think it's a Galaxy class that comes in every once in a while in front of ops and then warps out, which is not something we could ever have done before, which is really cool.
That's really
cool.
So
that will be neat. But yeah, I don't think that we have anything with NPCs flying in and out of the bays here. We just have the doors that react to your own ship's presence.
And then I saw in the comic you made the interior a bit bigger so people could fit their ships more in there.
Well,
the blog. Geez. Also, thank you for the follow. Something.
The comic that I made. Once this was scaled up to the size that it is, I just copied this now new scale to the ground map. I mean, it's literally the same assets. I just copied these same assets into the ground map. This is missing bays, which should be filled in, and I don't know why they're not here. But so then that meant that we had more space inside of the docking bay on the ground map. And up till now, I have always been pretty adamant that I'm not going to put things in the docking bay that couldn't physically make it into the docking bay. So
yeah, previously
the doors were not wide enough for the Enterprise F to fit through. So I would not allow Enterprise F to be placed inside the docking bay. But now it does. I mean, canonically it does. So we can place much larger ships in there. There's a lot more space than there was previously, and such. Yeah.
Nice. Epic Gaming, Shelter Gaming. It has but not been announced when this will go live. There was initially a date that was put out, but wasn't completely accurate, as I understand. So we'll wait and see for news on that. And also for a bunch of people, I'm not a community manager anymore, so I just know this because Joe and STO asked the question on Blue Sky this morning. But for folks who are reporting to me that they're stuck on Tribble while in the interior of the station, the devs are aware of that and working on a fix.
Interesting. That's news to me.
Oh, didn't you respond to it? Didn't I see that conversation between you and
I saw.
Joe?
I didn't see somebody being stuck on the interior. I saw that there was some. I don't know. Maybe I misread what that was. I'll take a look.
Okay. I'll take a look too.
Yeah. Maybe I misread that.
But thank you for everybody who followed, who's been following. Really, really appreciate it. We apparently just hit a follower goal, so that's great.
Cool.
Okay, so now we're looking at the details on the top of this. I have always loved that particular underlighting look that you get in a lot of old like models and stuff. I know this originally was a CG model, but that looks really, really cool. What was your inspirations on that?
I mean, honestly, just mostly from these, from the movie and such. You can see even here they have those kind of underlining. So this was they would have shot this in passes in order to allow compositing better. So this is with all the lights off, with all the exterior lights off, but the interior lights on. And then they would have taken another shot with the lighting, and then they composite that together. But you can see here that kind of underlighting, the uplighting that we have here. And there are, I don't know, other shots where you can kind of see that too. Maybe it's in the screenshots from the movie. I can't remember. Let's see. I've got that someplace. Go ahead.
Oh, no, just Joe clarified. Sorry. It's map transfers in general are broken on Tribble, which I'm sure
here we go.
People are getting it. But oh, yeah.
So this is Star Trek 3. And so this was, I'm sure the basis for all of that. For Picard, let's see, where is that? This one, exterior. For Picard, we don't necessarily get a good view up here, but I just kind of assume, you can see the uplighting on the towers, and such, the little ones here, and so I just kind of extrapolated and combined those from both places, because I agree, I like that look a lot. Here you can see how tight that really is with the Enterprise F coming through.
Yeah, that's wild.
So everything was modeled from these screenshots, honestly, because we didn't have it. We didn't get any official anything from.
So you just, I mean, I'm always amazed that you guys can do this, but you just eyeballed it basically. I'm sure you did a lot of measurements and stuff and things like that. How let's actually ask the question. How did you eyeball it? What was your process?
I don't remember if it was this. If it was this screenshot or another one. Let's see. There might be a different one. There's one of these that is from a ways away. I guess that must have been it. This is about as orthographic as we get. We talk about orthographic views versus perspective views. When you're running around the world in a video game, you have perspective, and it means that something in front of you is large, and something farther away is small, even if they're the same size, right? Perspective. If you've ever done any kind of art class, you've drawn in perspective. Orthographic means that there is no perspective to the camera, so the camera just flat projects things, and that's often how we model things to make sure that everything is the same size and that things all line up. So for doing something like this, where we're trying to figure out scales on things, it's really difficult to look at an image like this and say, well, how wide is this compared to how tall this is this? Because you can see that there's a bow at the top and there's a bow at the bottom because we're getting perspective, and I can't even see that edge. And so it's really difficult to measure things that way. So you want as close to an orthographic view as you can. Usually that means a camera that's really far away and really zoomed in. So something, I don't know if it was this exact shot, but something like this was used. And then I just kind of started measuring things and, modeling the basic shapes that way, put in a door that was to scale to that size, and then placed my Enterprise F model, full-size Enterprise F model in that door, and then scaled the whole thing until the door felt right around the Enterprise. And then once that scale is set, then I can start working on all the details and actually modeling things. But you have to kind of start from that really basic white box scale model to try and figure things out in the first place.
So you kind of ended up going, well, this is 14 enterprises across, and
Yeah, something like that. I mean, well, it wasn't even that kind of thing. It was more, I modeled a shape that was this, this shape, right? That has an angle that's 55 degrees and is, wider here or wider at the bottom and narrower at the top. And then just scaled it until it fit the enterprise. So it wasn't even trying to like figure out the actual measurements of it. The measurements just worked out to be whatever they were based on the scale compared to the enterprise, because that's the only point of comparison that I had to go by, really. Without these shots of the enterprise coming out, it would just be a guess. There'd be no way to know anything, and even that is still kind of a wild guess still.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. So what is the process? I'm always curious about 3D modeling and stuff. Once you've got those sort of basic white box shapes, then what is the process to sort of like refine it into how you want the station to look in the end?
A lot of it, at least for this, is really about figuring out how to do the least work possible. It sounds bad. I often talk about trying to be the good kind of lazy, and what that means.
Well, laziness is just a word they made up to make us feel bad anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to open this up and we can look at the parts of it. So for this, we have a giant saucer that has 5 doors going around it and 5 in between sections between those doors, right? So rather than trying to make one giant saucer and modeling everything and then unwrapping everything and all of that, I just broke it up into pieces. So this will probably get the. There we go. So I model that. In fact, what I would model is this without the cutouts, right? And then just duplicate that off and make a version that has the door section in it, and make a version that has the grill section in it. So that really I only had to model this and UV this, and then I can just cut out and then do the modeling on one little piece, and it's the same piece then rotated around 5 times.
Yeah, that's not lazy. That's smart.
This is what we call modular. We build a lot of things modularly in order to do that. And so that's, and I guarantee you that's the same thing that they did on Picard, right? They're doing much higher fidelity models, but they also still need to do them as quickly as they can. And same here, right? It would be stupid to model 2 separate or 5 separate saucers. So you make one and array it around, but you can do that in a smaller section for other pieces as well. You can see all of these are broken up into some smaller segment just to make it easier.
That is really cool. And then stuff like the lights and stuff, is that different material? I mean, obviously the blinking ones are some kind of light source, but are the different lights on the ship, is that just material work or?
So the windows are materials. The original Earth space dock that we were talking about before, which let's see, where did that go? This model, this model, which you can't really see.
This lights model is very close. This model is far away.
This model was made a long time ago, and they did a good job, honestly, of like getting the shape and the feel of Earth space dock. But it is a very old model, and it shows when you're looking at it up close. And actually, I guess I have the layer. Let me just check out the layer and we can look at it.
And considering that you have to basically ram it to dock with it.
Edit that. Please. Hello, computer.
Any moment now. You'll do it.
No, I did this in the wrong place. That's why. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so if we come in here, space props, space stations, ESD, and oh god, what's the name of it? Her space dock new? Sure, good enough. This or something like it. So here's the original ESD1. And if we look at the windows are actually baked into the underlying plating material.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's no place that you could place these windows where you wouldn't have these two lumpy dots over it, and there's no, everything is just tied together. It is all one material.
Looks great from a
And
distance, but up close it
it
looks messy. Yeah.
correct. And and like I said, they did a good job, but also this is like a single texture that is used for everything, and that means that you don't get a lot of variability. You can't tile it a lot without it very obviously tiling. I mean, this is already tiling a couple times up this piece.
And what does
Whereas
tiling mean for folks who aren't?
tiling, so repetition of the texture. The
Got
texture itself is going to be a square that's probably this size, and you can see that there are two of those going up, and then however many it takes to go around. By divorcing the windows from the underlying metal, it means that I can do kind of more interesting things. Like you can see that there's kind of patterns of wedges of windows here, and that there aren't windows very much at the bottom, and there are more windows at the top. If the windows were all built into the underlying plating, it would just be the same windows in an even distribution everywhere.
Got it. So did you hand place all those windows then, or is that?
I mean, yes and no. What I made was a giant window texture. In fact, I guess we can just start looking at all of this stuff. I hadn't even thought about digging up textures and things, but why not? Give me a second. Star Trek.
Markter Chief wants to know if you can pull out the original ESD so we can see all three.
I will have to do some digging to find that, but it absolutely exists. I mean, there's nothing, we haven't deleted it. It just isn't in maps anymore.
Got it. Do you know if this is going to show up in old cutscenes that use DSD, or are they going to still use the original?
No, we chose. I mean, basically, that's just a shitload of work to try and go back and update all of those things. So we're treating it kind of the same way we did with DS9 with Boldly They Rode, that we updated DS9 for that, or for various other things. But the older maps still just use the old DS9, and we can't go back and do that. That's just too much at this point. Let's see. I want space, props, space stations, fed station parts. Okay, here we go. So this is literally all the textures that are on this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And so here's the hull plating that is tiling everywhere. And these are just different variants of it. So this is the darker one and the lighter one. And then we've got a normal map, which kind of fakes all of this geometry. So you can see that it's getting lighting in different directions.
Yeah.
This is the specular of it. So when we look this way, you can see some of these are a little bit more reflective than others. And that's what we're seeing here. The darker parts are less reflective. The lighter parts are more reflective. And then some other things. This is a trim map that we use all over the place. And then here's the windows, which will make no sense to anybody.
Oh, wow.
But I can break this down if I open Photoshop. So this is it's one big texture, but it's actually 3 or 4 different channels, and each channel controls kind of different stuff. So
these are like alpha channels in Photoshop, different color channels, kind of like that.
Color channels, rather than it's alpha, but it's also red, green, blue, not just alpha. Sorry, my brain is not able to keep up with everything.
No worries. Fleet Admiral Sherwood, I don't think they're going to do, I mean, obviously, Nick, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think they're going to do a cutscene introducing the new ESD. But if you want to do something with the old ESD getting taken away, I bet you can do it in demo record. I believe in you.
There's no cutscene to introduce it as far as I know. It's just going to be there. Okay, so let's bring Photoshop over. And in Photoshop, we can see that there is a red channel that just has basically the window shapes and then some noise to make it look like there's something going on inside. There's a green channel that is just a mask of kind of different sets of windows. So what this is being used for is the density of the windows. If we go back, sorry, there's too many windows.
There's too many windows showing windows.
Too many windows and windows. If we go back here, so you can see that there's less dense windows here, and there's more dense windows down here, or there's really dense or sparse windows up here, I should say, compared to on there. what I'm doing, this is going to make little sense, I guess, to most people, but we can apply vertex colors to models. So we can paint color, just straight color, onto a model, and then we can use that information to drive other things. So that vertex color is painted on the model itself, is then being mathed with this texture or this texture to determine how dense those are. So as I paint more and more white onto the model, this gets brighter and brighter, and there's basically a cutoff. Rather than it being white and gray and black, it's just going to get cut off between white and black. But as I paint more white onto the model, more white shows up in this material, which then makes more windows show up on the model.
That is neat. So that's just something the engine knows how to do, or you had to program the engine to do?
No, that's how the engine works. I had to make a shader model for it, but that's a very standard thing to do. If you've ever used Unreal or Unity or anything, you could do that kind of thing in any of those. It's a height map blend is what you're looking to do, blending it against vertex colors rather than just some other map. And then this is a weird one. This, you can see, is the windows, but with like gradients going out from them. And that's actually because I talked about this early on, but as you get further away, those windows, because they're all little alpha cutouts, they start to disappear. They just pop out. We can't see them anymore. And so this texture, as you get further away, expands this alpha to be bigger and bigger and bigger so that the windows stay visible from farther away. That's basically
neat. So it's like calculating how far you are from the model and making that particular texture or that particular channel brighter.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. That's so cool.
And then, so that's just the one texture. Let's see. So that's all compiled or, shoved together into this. Then there's this, which is a height map that is used for parallax occlusion. So if we go down and look at the windows from the side, you can see that there's these little black outlines around them.
Oh yeah.
And
we were kind of look sunk in.
That's exactly right. We're trying to fake that there's depth there, that they feel like they're actually geometry that isn't there. So we're using what's called parallax occlusion to basically falsify that depth there.
Now, is parallax occlusion something you could explain without a doctorate in art?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, it's just usually parallax occlusion is not used this way with just a black and white image. It's usually used with a grayscale. So, like if we did it here, these parts would appear closer to the camera, and these parts would appear further away from the camera. It's all within one material, but it will look like it has parallax. So when you move your camera back and forth, it'll look like it has some depth to it, more depth than the normal map. The normal map works on lighting, but there's no actual depth there if I move my camera around from one side to the other. So that would do that with parallax occlusion. But it's expensive and it's not something we can do all the time. So we're using it on the windows here.
But it's good thing to do for one of the first things everybody's going to see in the game.
Yeah.
So I know, in addition to completely remodeling this from scratch, you also made some changes to the map in general. I think you made some changes to Earth. You want to talk about that?
We did make changes to Earth. So this is our new Earth. Trying to make things look better and better as much as we can. We are limited. Normally, our textures can only be 2048 by 2048. That is 2048 pixels wide and 2048 pixels tall. We have a hard cap on that in our editor processor. We got around that with Earth because I basically just divided it into quadrants. So there's 8 sections that each have a 2048, so we can have a full 8K texture map for at least the ground level of Earth. The clouds come from a different place and are layered, so that as they move, you'll see them kind of coalesce and break apart more and more. And this isn't obvious now, but all of this is in motion. And so if I
can see it.
We can see it
all. Oh, whoa! I didn't realize there was multiple layers of clouds. That's cool. talking about
So
parallax.
here comes New York, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Maryland and Washington, D.C. There's Florida down there.
Florida? Fire.
So all of this was just trying to make it feel as good as it can, feel as big as it can, feel like you're really over Earth and not just kind of sitting next to a planet. I know this is a problem that players are well aware of. Like, scale in our game is not great in a lot of ways, and that is honestly because space is really, 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 really big.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to do all of that in an engine. Go from ground where you're interacting with things, on a 1 foot scale to space where you're interacting with them in light year scale. So it's really difficult to try and do all of that at once. So this was our latest attempt, and hopefully you will like it.
I like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Someone was asking in Twitch chat, can we still orbit around the Earth?
That's one downside of making it this big, is we can't go all the way around to Earth anymore. So Earth is now outside the playable space. It is still geometry, and so if you move around, you'll see parallax. You'll see some perspective on it. I think I'm probably outside the playable space at this point, but you can see some angle change on it. It's not just in the sky file the way that we've done it sometimes, but it is massive, and it has to be outside the playable space in order for that
to be that massive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd just fly into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that does mean that things like, this was covered in the blog too, that McKinley Station can no longer be over Alaska, but it still remains. I've just put it off into one corner, so it's not geosynchronous the way that it should be, but at least it is still accessible for people if they want to go park their ship in a crab.
Well, 2411, they briefly removed it from geosynchronous orbit just for that year in order to conduct repairs on the starboard fusion generator. There we go.
Yeah, perfect. Insert technobabble here.
Mm-hmm. Firefly00 wants to know, is there an in-universe reference showing how big ships are for like a collection of Tholian ship silhouettes in proper scale? I don't know if anything like that exists. Do you know of anything?
I mean, a lot of those... there aren't canon, like they don't. The only way that they would be canon is if they actually said or displayed on a screen someplace, this ship is X number of meters long, and that is very rare that you will hear anything like that. You'll hear that about canon, about like hero ships like the Enterprise, but outside of that, that's kind of it. So most ship scales are kind of fan agreed upon. So it's not really canon, but it's just kind of, and that's kind of what I was talking about with the original Earth Space Talk as well, that this has a commonly accepted size, even if it's not actually canonized somehow. So I think that's true for most ships. I know Thomas does a lot of research and reference digging to find ship scales to try and make sure that everything is as accurate as it can be. A good source for that is X Astris Scientia. I don't know if they have the Tholian ships sizes listed, but you could check there. But again, none of that is, or it is very unlikely to be actually canon.
Well, because things on screen change size multiple times.
Right, and I mean that's the case. That's why there's so many arguments about the Defiant, because one place you'll see it and it looks this big, and the next place you'll see it and it looks this big compared to whatever other ship. And
Literally,
that's because they didn't care. They were just making a movie and wanted to, or a TV show, and wanted to show the ship flying around. So it wasn't a big deal to them. But it I know it matters to us. But it's you kind of have to just roll with the fact that it's not going to be canon.
Yep, you just gotta let it go.
Yeah,
I was trying to find a picture in this comic. You made me think of it, where there's a bunch of Klingons towing a Defiant on Earth.
Oh, nice!
It's just like a crowd surfing a Defiant above their head. There it is. Yeah, so you can see it there. So that's totally to scale.
Yeah.
Sir Gorney Weaver, I don't work there anymore, but I'm happy to answer that you will never be given a pilot Borg cube. You might be given a Borg cube someday, but I don't think it'll ever be pilot. Cool. Well, folks, if you have questions, feel free to fire them up in chat. Remember, if they're questions about when certain things are coming or things you want in the future, Nick can't really answer that, and I definitely can't. So, and if you any questions that are blank when, of course, will be mocked. I may even allow Nick to mock you on it because it's my stream and he can do whatever he wants. But while we're waiting for this, for the questions to roll in, Nick, what's the coolest secret that players aren't going to see at first glance that you would love to show off on this model?
I don't know. There isn't really secrets because not a lot of places to hide. I would say,
I guess not secret, but like the thing that you think is the coolest. That's like
I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to cut in little bays and things all over the place. And this was another thing where I had to figure out a way of being lazy. So there's actually only like 6 of these that I made, and then I was able to array them around and then just cut holes for them, and that worked well enough. It's not ideal. It's not as high fidelity as it could be, but I think it makes a big difference in breaking up the structure, especially making it feel like there's kind of more going on there than just having a tiling texture of windows. I am really proud of the work done on the window textures and combining the parallax occlusion and the vertex colors and combining all of those things into one map, and all of that was a lot of work to get that working right. But this is now assembled in a way that is much more similar to the way that ships are, where the windows are their own separate geometry, their own separate material, rather than being, a single material that can be or is always static and always going to look the same. If you look at Earth Space Dock here, you'll see that it's just the same texture over and over and over again.
Yeah, so. That is really neat. Okay, so I have the first question that came in. I have to ask you. Cathexis0 wants to know, Nick, do you collect the Star Trek official Starship Collection ships, and do you play with them? Do you, Nick? Do you collect them?
Mike, would you like to answer that for me?
Nick very generously donated his collection, his gigantic collection, to Cryptic to keep in the office. I think because you were like, I don't have space for this.
Yeah. So I bought the Enterprise D from Eagle Moss when they first got started at Star Trek Las Vegas, and I just kept the subscription going. And while we were in the office, that was great. We just had ships on display, and people could look at them and reference them and whatever, and people liked it. I had them on my desk initially, and then at some point the collection just kind of grew out of hand, and so I got a couple of display cases and put them in front, and then later we had to add another display case. And so eventually I just had hundreds of ships that were in display cases on the other side of my cube wall. And that was fine. I, technically owned them, but they were available for everybody and intended for everybody at work to kind of appreciate. And then pandemic, and we all started working from home, and they just sat in the office forever in these display cases. And I eventually cleared out my desk because we were all just working from home perpetually. Yeah. But the starships remained because I didn't have space for them. So it's come down now to the point of we need to get rid of these. They can't be in the office anymore. What are you going to do with them? And I was kind of loathing the time. It's just going to be a lot of work to try and I don't want to sell them individually, but finding somebody who wants to buy thousands of ships or not thousands, hundreds of ships.
Yeah.
Seems unlikely. And then my savior was Travis Stadelman, our engineer, who decided he wanted them, and I'm fine with that. So he is now the new owner of the collection, and I don't know what he's going to do with it. He can,
except for the ones
throw them in the garbage. Yes,
we had a big party at the office a couple weeks ago, and Nick was kind of like, take them, please, someone take them away from me. So I grabbed a couple that I wanted, and then Travis was like, he's giving those away, I will take all of them.
Yeah. Sold. Easy peasy.
Done.
I'm with that.
Go ahead. So Firefly00 wants to know, and I don't know if this is possible in the editor. Is it possible to put Vanity Shield materials on the new ESD so that people could see like what
No,
it looks like? It's a Fakiri chip.
no, because this is not a critter. This is just geometry.
Ah,
This is a crate in the world. It is not a critter. It doesn't have any kind of ship stuff to it. In fact, if we wanted to make like a TFO where you came and attacked Earth Space Dock or were defending it and it was shooting, that would be a significant undertaking figuring out how to make this shoot, because it's not set up as a critter at all. It's just geometry in the world.
Ramona the nerd wants to know how much she said, is it possible, or could you do this? I'm going to ask how much work it would be to tie the rotation of Earth to the actual clock of the player playing the game.
I'm going to say basically impossible. Well, our tools are our tools, and we have had them for a long time and we love them, but they are not necessarily the greatest. And timing on this is using simple animations. It's also animating within the material. So there's two separate layers of things that are animating it at once. So one is like the clouds are moving at a rate that I just set, and then the whole sphere is also rotating around. But the timing that the number that I put on the sphere to rotate seems rather arbitrary to me. There is no like X time to rotate once. There is no RPMs. And so I can't tell it anything compared to the clock. And as far as I know, those are just unrelated. It just is a number that gets multiplied in some place. So I just tell it to rotate 5 or 100, and it moves at the speed that I want it to move. But getting that to sync with the in-game clock would be really difficult. And also you just wouldn't even perceive it. Even this is it's moving fast enough that you can kind of see that it's moving. And if this were actually tied to the clock, it just wouldn't look like it moved at all. It would just be different at different times.
Thank you very much for the follow. Oh boy. Okay. Buisimier to la fuzette mior.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say. Let's see. Let's see. So this, I actually don't know the answer to this, and you might have to check with somebody. I'm not sure. Are you able to, well, first of all, it's not a critter, so there isn't a costume name. If somebody wanted to put this up in demo record, like to do things with it, I don't even know what logical name they would call to do that.
I don't think that you can call this, because it is just made up of a bunch of separate models.
Yeah.
There isn't one unit for this.
But you can go to the map and demo record the map and try and play with things.
If you want to do something here, you have to demo record the map, unfortunately, and that means that you're going to get all of the other things flying around.
Yeah. Lots of folks have asked, hi, Sub-Commander M1K3. Hi to everybody who's chatting for the first time. Hi, Future Past Now. Welcome, welcome. I am so happy to see you all. If you're inclined, we play Star Trek Online every Monday on this channel, and we are doing a bunch of other games every day of the week. So give us a follow or a subscription if you can. The more that we get, the more people who tune in every stream, the more likely I'll be able to do this full time, which would be vastly preferable to finding another corporate job. So please help me. Thank you, Sir Gorney Weaver. Also, great name, Sir Gorney Weaver. Let's see. There was a question I wanted to ask you that came in. A bunch of people were asking about the ships that orbit that are in the map, like the ships that are flying around. Have there been any updates or changes to those, or are they the same critters they were before?
This is all handled by design, so I don't really know, like, these little, I mean, there are some runabouts and there's some, whatever else is parked here. Saber class or something, I don't know. I don't know. That's all handled by design. I want to say that they updated them, but I could be mistaken. The one thing that did get updates are the ships that fly around when you're on the ground map. Those definitely got changed out, although the Dakir is still there. I can't remember what else got put in, but those are new. And they're set up in a completely different way now than they used to be, which means that we can't have the holographic ships in ops match up the way that we used to. It's you trade off. You get a better thing over here, and you have to lose something over there. So
Yeah.
But I think that it's overall better than it would have been. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Somebody was asking about. I know the answer to this, but I'll ask you anyway. On ESD ground, if you there's a certain spot where you can do a little warp glitch and end up on the outside of the station. Jesse fixed the problem years ago by making it so you have to wear an environmental suit out there. I assume people will see the old station if they're running around outside.
I mean, the outside is not really a station at all. It's just a big,
just the big
plane. I mean,
yeah.
there's nothing there. So if you popped out the side, you would end up on a big plane that's kind of like this, but you wouldn't see any of the windows. None of this is up there.
Yeah.
Secret of video games. We don't draw things that you're not looking at.
Yep.
So if you're not supposed to be there, we're not doing extra work to fill all that in. And so on a ground map like that, there's no purpose to have all of that outside when you are not intended to be there. Now you can glitch it and go see what it looks like, but don't expect it to look like you're on the outside of our space dock, because that's not what it will look like.
Yeah. A bunch of folks are asking, I feel like in my former role as a developer and community manager, I feel like the answer to this should be obvious, but just to put it out there so Nick doesn't even have to, there are no updates to the interior map of our space dock. Those are two different maps, and a lot of
there are a couple, and
a couple?
We can go over there and take a look.
Okay.
I should have shown you there, but that's fine. One second. The primary thing that changed is the docking bay, which is not playable space, so it doesn't really matter too much, but it is different. The other thing that changed is the wall behind Quinn, because obviously that referenced the old Earth space dock, and we need to make it look different.
Yeah.
The hollow table changed because we need to make that look like the new Earth space dock, and then we also got rid of the flying ships. Trying to think what else. I swapped out a couple of the shuttles in the shuttle bay for Type 14 shuttles. Now that we have those, there's also Type 14s that fly around the same way that I think I just replaced the Yellowstones, because the Yellowstones are. I like the idea of a new modern 2409, 2410 runabout, but the Yellowstones ain't it, in my opinion. So,
is that one of our old models?
Yeah, I think there's still one around. I'll show you.
Okay. Martin ARG, I think what you're asking is what Nick is talking about, that some of the ships you'll see outside the windows now are not like old T5 models, but more modern ships.
Yeah. I think it might be the Pathfinder out there. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
So most of our space dock looks the same. You'll see the new docking bay. Hey, there's a big girl in the middle there, because I figured we should put her out since we can finally fit her in there.
Hell yeah, that looks amazing. Oh my god.
And she's big.
Yeah.
As it turns out. You'll also see there's a whole lot of ships in here now, and they're scattered around.
Good selection. I like seeing the Gagarin in there.
Yeah. So that changed. Then if I go over here into ops, we'll see that the model changed there, obviously. Oh, we're just in time. You'll see there's a Kobayashi Maru.
Oh yeah.
The class is there. And I think this will actually warp out in a second.
Thank you very much for the follow, War. And if there were a couple of people I didn't thank that went by, I just didn't want to interrupt.
There she goes.
Oh, she goes. Goodbye.
And out here, there's the Decure, and I don't know, there's something else. Oh, there's the Pathfinder. There might be a third one. I can't remember. But you can see, I mean, this is what you'll see on the outside if you were to pop out. It does not match, and it will not look right.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is still the exterior from the old map, because I could not. The angle of the saucer on New Earth Space Dock is about 55 degrees, and the angle on the older Space Dock is 65 degrees. And I didn't have time to rebuild all of the infrastructure of everything here. So we're just sticking with, it's 10 degrees off. It's not a big deal. At least in here, if we were actually going to redo this, it would be a little bit steeper than that. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then over here, so there's our new shiny runabout. Here's a Type 14 shuttle. There's a couple more Type 14s. And way over here,
there's a
is
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Like I said, I like the idea of a modern runabout, but I just don't like this design.
We really liked sharp angles in our early days. Just the sharpest.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just really enjoying looking at it. I mean, honestly, that like the old docking bay was very cool, but I just got this feeling of awe walking up to it with this giant new one and the Enterprise F sitting in there.
Especially with the Enterprise there. It's like they're in there. I was like, oh man. he is a presence. So
yeah,
I think that's pretty cool. And I wanted to, like I said, acknowledge the fact that we can actually fit her in there now, and also it just seems appropriate for the update to have that in there.
Yeah,
these are all done differently. The way that we used to do ground scale ships like this was I would have to get the ship model from Thomas, then whatever the length is from him as well, we'd have to set up materials for it that are separate, because our character models and our ground geometry are just completely separate things. And so I would basically convert a character model into a ground model and scale it up. And that process took days for multiple ships. So that took a long time, and then having to place them. So this is now, we've changed that. We've prototyped and run this a couple times now, where we are just using scaled up costumes for these at this point. In fact, you can see something is going on that's causing this guy to fade
in and out.
Going there.
It's a phasing experiment from TNG. They're trying to perfect it.
But what that means though, I'm probably in a dead zone for occlusion. What that means is that we can potentially create these a lot faster, because they're just character models now that are scaled up within the costume editor.
That is so great.
Which should mean that it will be easier to change things around in here now. And that's why these ships changed as well. These are actually costumes now as well. And previously, the geometry I could set up in a simple animation, kind of like Earth, where it was just going in a big circle around, which is why I could time it to the hologram. But with these, they're just on paths, and there's no way to time it the way that we used to. Oh, there's a Avenger? An Avenger?
I think so.
Yeah.
Neat. I honestly didn't know there were any updates to the interior, so I'm really glad. Oh yeah, show us the new map.
And then back here, this was a docking bay map that was always a pain to update, and so I've just replaced it with Galaxy map for now. If you don't know how sectors work, this will teach you how sectors work, or at least to a degree. So sectors versus blocks versus quads versus grids. So. And then on this side, it's basically the same as what we had before, with a cross-section diagram of Earth Space Dock, but updated for the new ones.
That's neat.
And before,
is that just like some?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's just like a piece of art you made in Photoshop, or
yeah, pretty
nice.
Much. Before anybody asks too, why you can't see the pods from here, because you feel like you should be able to see the pods out there. This is positioned over one of the doors, so it's between two pods directly. And when I actually tested it and put the pods in place, you actually couldn't see them from here. So
there you go.
Even at scale, they just are not visible from that position.
So somebody clip that and save it. So every time in the future somebody asks why you can't see the pods, you could just send them that link, because they're going to ask.
Nick tried it and it didn't work. You couldn't see them, so they're not there.
Yeah. Raj, thank you very much for the follow, and good to see you. Everybody else who's come in, Q, Kemiyaku, Captain Ronnie. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Thank you all for being here. Ryukin OD says, open the pod bay door.
Sorry, Dave, I can't do that.
And I know we removed that weird extraneous third map.
Yeah,
it was like a
downstairs.
hallway.
Yep. So now you just have one option, which is go up to the mezzanine at this point. That was a holdover from the Foundry. and I didn't mind it being there, but it turned out that once we put in Enormo Earth, it actually caused conflicts because that hallway used to be kind of over here
Over
someplace, and it was causing issues. So it was just easier to rip it out rather than maintain it or to try and move it somewhere else.
I honestly have only seen that hallway. I used it once to take a screenshot for a fiction blog.
Yeah.
And I one time, do you remember Alan, the old QA tester?
Yes.
From way back in the day, he took me up there to level up my character on live because he didn't want anyone to see him doing it. All right. Yeah, I missed the Foundry too, Q. We all missed the Foundry.
Yeah.
Same. I haven't put it up yet, but I have a giant.
I wish we could have supported it better, but just didn't have the resources.
I stole our old CEO 2 CEOs ago had a giant Foundry poster in his office, and it was still there when I came to the office to steal Nick's starships. So I stole that too. All right,
a lot of things from Cryptic.
Oh yeah, so many things. This chair. So, Nick, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for all of your hard work as somebody who loves playing this game and seeing all these cool maps. I guess the inevitable question then becomes, as the local shard freezes on you, I'll switch back to guests while that sorts itself. The inevitable question then is, what's next for you?
Actually nothing on STO. This is actually my final week at Cryptic after almost 20 years. And I have a lot of feelings about that right now. I will say that I love this game. I love the community. But I've been working on this for 12 years and it's time for something different. So I'm moving on, and I'm excited to see where things go from here. And I'm happy to leave ESD 2 as my final parting gift or my legacy or whatever you want to call it. That all sounds a little bit too hyperbolic for me, but
you should go carve your initials on it.
I should do a Mariner someplace on it.
You should.
True. Yeah.
So I know you're not going to tell us what you're working on next, but I have heard about it, and I'm really, really excited to see what you do and where you go. And I know everybody else is excited to follow along with you too. And again, as one of the people who has worked their butt off for more than a decade on this game, and 20 years at the same video game company, which is insane in our industry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for everything you've done for Star Trek Online. I know everybody here really appreciates it. And you're getting, I hope you've got chat open because you're getting a lot of.
I do, but I'm also only half paying attention because I realize I need to delete Earth Jamar Space Dock from the map. I left that there, didn't I? Let's go.
Just check it in. Just check it in. No notes. Check it in.
Nobody will notice.
Nope. All right. Well, Nick, if people
thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
If people want to find you outside of Star Trek Online, is there anywhere they can go to look? Or do you hide in a cave of solitude?
Blue Sky's probably their best bet at the moment. Twitter is unfortunately kind of descended to a point where I don't really want to endorse or use the product anymore. So I'm over on Blue Sky. I'm still Tumor Boy. You should be able to find me. I think I also just have Nick Duguid over there. Here, I guess I can just pull this up. There you go.
Sorry, someone Kitchen Witchin gave me bits. Thank you very much. But the sound effect played over the last 3 things you said.
This is me. Come find me. I don't post a ton, but there's some stuff there. Oh, there's my butt because I fell down the stairs over years.
You're sharing it on your screen. There we go.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's your butt. Yeah, from that bruise. How's that feeling, by the way?
It's sore when I move around, but it's fine when I'm just sitting here. So, sorry, people didn't get to see the butts. Butts.
Everybody.
Yeah. But this is me, Tumor Boy at B-Sky. So, that's probably the best way.
All right. Yeah, Blue Sky is much, much better. Theron, I wish we had done that too. When Neverwinter came up with their secret idea, which I don't want to give away in case people haven't gotten to it yet, but I suggested we do the same thing. But unfortunately, it just never happened. But the game continues on for all the beautiful, or our legacies in the game continue on for all the beautiful work that got done in it. So I am gonna continue to stream and play a little STO. Maybe doing some TFOs with y'all and stuff. Nick, totally up to you whether you want to hang around or whether you want to go take a break or get some work done.
Yeah, I think I need to go grab lunch. So thank you so
Okay.
much for having me. But I'll bow out here
All
and
right.
live long and prosper.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the be right back screen for a minute. But again, Nick, thank you very much. You are an awesome friend and a great legacy on this game. And we will be back in just a moment. And we're back. Can you all hear me? Okay, it seems like you can. I've got two things going. Okay, one's quieter. Let's do the louder one. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us for that. That was an awesome interview. It's, with any luck, not going to be the last one we do. We've got I've been talking to some other STO devs about possibly doing interviews with them as well. So we will hopefully be doing that soon. I'm going to figure out what I can schedule and what we're going to talk about. But I am Nick's screen is still up. And there's an echo. Oh yeah, Nick's screen is still up. Goodbye, Nick's screen. Thank you. Someone said there's an echo. Is it bad? Kirko, the people I'm talking to are the devs you already know. I'm hoping to eventually get to the devs, the new devs as well. Hopefully this particular interview went well enough that that'll happen. Ooh, we can upgrade. Okay, no one hears an echo. Oh, sorry, Duncan. It'll be on the VODs, though. So you'll still get a chance to watch it. Why are the docked ships in Doomsday's machine not destroyable? I don't know. My answer, of course, back in the day would have been, oh, let me look and I'll ask someone and maybe we can find out, but I don't work there anymore, so I don't freaking know. One of you guys send me something nice again? Oh, thank you. I already have this Murph, so I'm going to actually, I'm going to take it. Oh, my inventory is full again. Oh, and I got things in the overflow bag. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Just got to open a bunch of boxes. That'll help. Okay. Sort. All right, there we go. Take all. Open them up. Then do omega marks all the way down until we finish that reputation. Need to start working on the disco rep. What do I need from the disco rep, Kirko? For those of you who have, for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, what we've been doing the last couple of streams is working through getting my ship up to ship-shaped status. We've done a pretty good job. It looks already much better than it did. Rest well, Charos. I hope you feel better. The shield and the warp core are good. Okay, cool. Thank you, everybody. I also need to get another trait. And I think that, if I remember correctly, the Mars has a really, really good trait. And I thought I had it already. Let me just search for it. Interesting. Oh, because it's not a ship you can buy from the store. Okay. Trying to remember what pack the Mars came in. If I have the Mars is in Muds. Okay, cool. I thought I had it, but maybe I don't. Apparently I don't. Okay. So never mind on that. Really thought I did. What bundle did it come in? Oh, it's a lockbox. Okay. Okay, so it's which lockbox is it in? I could also just go to the STO wiki and find this out faster than bugging you guys with it. Oh, whoa! Oh god. Okay. Stay with me, microphone stand. Oh boy. I need you. I promise I'll take good care of you. You might be going crazy, but I might have one stored away that I forgot. Oh my god. Mars class. I typed in Mars, and of course it gave me the planet Mars. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Improved lock trajectory is great. I'm going to have to go and see if I have that. All right. Let's head to DS9 again. Okay, I have the choice pack in my bank. Well, then let's go get my bank. The console from the winter ship is real fun. What does it do? Helps a lot with cooldown. Got it. The other one I want to find and get back that I think is a console. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where it does more damage in flank, but it also recharges quicker if you're hitting with flank. So it was a really good one to like teleport behind and then Daka everything and let it completely recharge. Scotty, it also gives cooldowns to your cannon rapid fire and some other stuff. And being able to lock trajectory around like mad is actually quite fun. Sensor Phantom Projector? I don't think that's it because I have Sensor Phantom Projector. Yeah, no, it's not Sensor Phantom Projector. The icon is kind of like an arrow. One trait that would help with the way I play is the trait from Mastering Piloting Specialization. Okay. Oh my god, I don't even have Pilot as my... Jeez. All right, tell me what I should be buying here. Rally ho, Hunter Bahamut. Ramona, that's hilarious. Hey, most of you guys didn't leave when Nick left. That's awesome. Thanks for sticking around. Remember, I'm trying to do this full time. Really hope I can pull it off. This is the exact amount of people we need to show up to most streams. If I can get around 80 people, like we've got right now, I would be able to. I'd be able to get to partner because I've done everything else I need to do for partner. So if you are enjoying this so far and you think you'd enjoy it more, which you would, I promise, then you could you should definitely follow, subscribe. Thank you very much for the follow raid. Arhade86, I really appreciate it. All right, what do I need here? Well, that's beautiful. How many specialization points? Thank you, Fleet Admiral 2 of 2 for the follow. Really appreciate that. Yeah, spread the word, spread the love. Thank you, Duncan. So what do we get in here? Because right now I know I'm going to look at all of these and be like, oh, this is really cool. Tech Travis, the interview will be on this channel's VOD, or you can go to youtube.com/@vengeancegod, and you'll find the VOD there as well. Thank you, Estamir, for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it as well, Kitchen, and thank you for the subscription. All right. Oh, okay, that's neat, but I think this is a better one. Yeah. I don't. Why have I never purchased any of these? Oh my god. Okay, that sounds great. Got it. Okay, so I need to have a temporal recruit. The temporal recruit doesn't have to be this character, right? Hey, it's good to still be hanging within the STO life raid. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Kitchen, thank you for the gift subscription. I appreciate that. And welcome to the family, Duster333. Okay, so I've already claimed all of these. It's weird that I don't have these already. I feel like I've played at least 25 of those, but... All right. We'll come back for these. Yes, thank you, Q. That is exactly right. Cookie, I believe the basic sub is $5 a month. Thank you for the follow, Sheb87. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to continue buying pilot abilities. I've got a lot of, let's see, access to more abilities. Access to more abilities. Okay, so Pedal to the Metal is the one we want. Okay, cool. Oh, that's how I get rock and roll. I was wondering why I didn't have it. Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you very much for the subscription, Baron. And yes, you can subscribe with Prime if you have a if you have Amazon Prime. You can subscribe for free. And if you're over on YouTube, you can give me a follow on Train Level 1. Oh well, I'm glad you're here now, Sheb. I'm really grateful. Manny Pharaoh over at Cryptic for the for posting this on the official STO social accounts this morning, so more of you could find it. I really appreciate that. Q, thank you very much for the bits. And yeah, let's keep those trains going. You know what? I want both of these. I want rock and roll to be the greatest weapon in the universe. Okay, so now I have to get 15 things unlocked to get Pedal to the Metal, which means I need to add a few more. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, interesting. I'll take it. Oh, I also like this. Only got 5 special spec points left, but don't need that right now. Oh, yeah, I need that. I fly into so many warp core breaches, y'all. Okay, but what are these over here? That sounds really great. We'll grab one of these too. And so now I have access to Pedal to the Metal, it seems. But I've still got 2 points to spend. So what's this? Ooh, okay. I like that. Holy crap. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you for getting gift subs. Baron, thank you for getting all these gift subs. That's incredible. Y'all are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so incredibly cool. 47, thank you. Wow. You guys, holy crap. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm overwhelmed by how amazing you all are. Duncan, thank you. Holy crap, you guys. And thank you for the follow, Rouge. That is completely fine. Kitchen Witchin'. Don't go bankrupt on my account, please. But Fragrance, thank you very much for the bits. You guys are so cool. Thank you. Huh. All right, that's what we got. Let's go over to our traits and add pedal to the metal. So that means I'm going to want to be staying at full speed from now on, which is actually different to how I play. Hello, everyone. Did you all just gather around little old me? Cookie! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Holy crap, you guys are so cool. I really, really, really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I don't really know what to say. Thank you. I know what to say about that. That's super cool. All right, we're going to pop into a red alert to try out some of this new stuff. This is my lone wolf, yeah. Okay, so we're going to... Whoopsies. Not what I meant to do. Let's go. I do not have the Protostar Warp Core, unfortunately, but I will try to get those. Am I still with the STO developers? No. I was let go a couple of months ago as part of the ongoing DECA transfer process. It was not a surprise. I've been prepping for it for a year. I am still trying to find a full-time job, but honestly really hoping against hope that I can do this instead. It would be really great if I could just do this. Because this has been really fun the last month that I've been doing it. And I'm just blown away by all of your support. Seriously. Thank you for the bits, Q. Are y'all having a bits war? Holy crap, Baron! Oh my gosh. You guys are crazy. Sheb, it's not even backroom politics. You know, it was just one person's bad business dealings, really. Level 7 hype train. That's our newest record of hype train that we've gotten before. Holy crap. Thank you, Rouge. Stanky Nick is choosing to leave. He's found a new opportunity. Holy crap, Fragrance! Thank you! I was looking for a Mars in the bank, but then I got distracted, and now we're doing a TFO. Because I hadn't bought any pilot specialization powers at all. I put this... Okay, there we go. Endeavor, is that you in the USS Endeavor over there? I feel like I want to make Subwar a, like, set it to Trogdor. Subwar! Oh, I should have cloaked. Oh well, too late now. I'm lone wolfing it up. And we're going to stay at full throttle and take full advantage of this trade. which makes it very different from what I've been flying before. Arcade Flame Pony, thank you very much for the bits. I really appreciate it. I don't think I've ever done this red alert, Kirko. I hardly ever did red alerts when I worked for Cryptic. I think I need to put a shinier shield on my ship. I like how this green color looks on it, but like I can't see anything. So what am I supposed to be doing? I blew up all the dudes. There's some more ships. Let's cloak up. Oh, did you guys blow them up while I was getting my stuff ready? Come on, another ship. I hear gunshots, but I don't see another ship. I love the sound the Kobayashi Maru is making while it's firing off its little like support bits. So, are we disabling the space gate just by blowing these guys up? Is that how that works? I guess so, because it keeps getting higher and higher. Thank you very much for the bits, Q! That's a lot of bits you've given me. I really appreciate it. Ramona, thank you very much for the bits. You all are amazing. The Alachi are targeting your science teams, but they're all dead. Fragrance! I didn't know we had that kind of relationship, but all right. Oh. One of them got through, I guess. All right, let's see what we got in the hype chest. We got a stir the pot emote. Oh my god, I think I got lost. Where's the VFO? Where's the fight? Okay, here we go. And once you add the third chew, it begins. Oh my god, Dexter, I can't believe you made that joke. Imbitpotent. Just feel like they're about to come through. I was right! Alright, we're at 75%. See if we can get a bonus out of this. Whoops, wrong button. Meant to hit Positronic Officer. Or Photonic Officer. I'm sure I've told this story before, but the Elachi are actually named after an executive we used to work with at CBS before CBS was Paramount. Her last name was Elachi, and when we needed to come up with a name for the aliens, they used that. And she was deeply honored. All right, we did it! Now, admittedly, I think they named her... they named Theology after her because she was a bit of a hard ass, but she was one of those lovable hard asses. Yep, that's the one, Trexpert. GG indeed. And then, of course, some Elachi ships got used in Picard, although not as Elachi ships. Thank you for the follow, Ambassador Spock. All right, I was told I need to start on Discovery, so let's do that. Where is it? Here. All right, what do you want me to say, Phil? They were used for the Dominion cell. We definitely should have named some race the Van Sitters, but I think he's got a bunch of stuff named after him now. All right, let's hop into a random here. You did, Ambassador Spock. Sorry about that, but it'll be in the VDO, not the VDO, the whatever it's called, VOD. Phil, you wanted me to say what now?
Listen up. The war has not been going well for the Federation, and the Klingons are advancing to our position.
I'm trying to find it. I can only see... okay, you want me to say I love the Oberth? Well, okay. You did pay for it, so here you go. I love the Oberth! That's what you sound like if you like an Oberth. That's canon. Honestly, Duncan, I would love to see Lieutenant Tardigrade as well. I'd love to see him even more in that children's book. So get it done. Oh, this is already starting to feel a little bit more like I'm... Of course, I'm also about to die. I didn't realize that, but... Like I'm doing the old damage that I used to. You can do both! Duncan, do science and children's literature. I believe in you. Did Twitch... Oh, you know what? I don't know. I have never gotten a DMCA from STO Music. It might be that I've got the game on too quiet for anyone to care. Oh, Endeavor, I've been doing that too. Even though I've got the license to the songs that I use to open and close the stream. I had to do like 17 in a row. It seems to have stopped now, so maybe they finally figured it out. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, I did say it. Someone can always go clip it. Yeah, that's true, Q. But a lot of those things, like I think you were saying, are they're like automated services. So my service that I use, Envato Elements, to get my music and stuff has gives you the license that you have to send people. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Majarev.
Short amount of time before more arrive.
Yeah, Mito Dan. I've told this story on some of the news streams before, but basically, I was pushing real hard to get the STO music on Spotify. We were getting closer, and then it turned out it would involve paying money to a couple of different things, and I got a very nice message of, no, we're not doing that. Scotty H6, I appreciate the nobility, and I understand where you're coming from, but remember, you protest playing, not playing to get a bug fixed. No one's going to pay attention to that. Not because you're not important, but just because you're one of a billion people. You're more served in video games to nicely, I said nicely, use your voice to remind people of the bug. Yeah, it was just called B Critter internally, SFC. That's what we called switching to other characters. That was what the tech was called. Yeah, exactly. Use the soft skills. What Q does is he buys us lunch. It was always so funny. It happened a couple of times. You know, once was with Q, once was with some of Jet's friends. But, you know, people would be like, oh, can we take you out to lunch? And, you know, if there were people who were local to the area, if it wasn't, like, out of the blue, if they knew somebody, I would be like, sure, yeah, that's fine, let's go. But I always expected it to be like, we just want to hang out. And it would always end up being like, here's a list. We need you to fix all of these. And also, Duncan, a lot of times what bugs get fixed depend entirely on how much you're annoying the community manager about it. Don't be annoying, because then it'll never get fixed, because then they won't want to fix it, because they will dislike you. But, people will champion something if they hear about it enough. Fragrance, I've already taken your mother out. Oh man, carpool karaoke would be so much fun. I don't know if I mentioned it already on this stream, but we went to a sing-along of Wicked the other day, and it was so much fun, y'all. They were only doing the sing-along for a couple of weeks, but it was magical. It was a great group of people. Wait, what got deleted by Twitch? Ambassador Spock? Stakey Boy, Deca was super open to this interview. I just had to email my counterpart, the new community manager, and she asked her boss, and they were super cool with it. I know the next one I'm hoping to do, but I think that one might be a little bit more harder to confirm. We shall see. Business Bussy. Oh God, I'm gonna call you Buis. Buisim? Does that sound good? Anyway, I don't work there anymore. I can't fix shit. You know that bit of Tuvok saying, "We ain't found shit." Well, imagine me, but I can't fix shit. In fact, that should be a command. That might have been me, Ambassador Spock. I did that a few times. Depends on how long ago it was. I was looking to see. Q, thank you for the defense, but he wasn't coming at me. I was just giving advice. But he definitely wasn't coming at me. Oh, Tim Russ is annoyed by the Spaceballs thing? Well, I won't ever mention it to him. If I ever see him again. If I ever see him for the first time, have I ever met Tim Russ? Okay. What is this? Okay, well, thank you. Okay, so this one I'm going to take, and I'm going to send back to you, because I already have one. And I super appreciate the gift, but I don't need two. Oh, wow, what are these? Oh, thank you. Holy crap, so many drones. Okay, these all sound awesome. My inventory is full. No, it's not. What is this? Oh. Should I just trash these? I never know what to do with them. Good to see you. Fox Wonder, thank you for the bits. I have exploded 0 Oberths today, Fox Wonder. I still think they should make the TFO just for me, where I just blow up Oberths. Open them and sell the stuff. Open them and trash the junk for EC. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Not that. That's not junk. That's the thing you just sent me. Okay, sort. So the question is this ISO mag you just gave me, which is now up here somewhere, since I sorted things like a fool. Is it better than the ones I have? Is it the same as the ones I have? It's the same as the ones I have. Well, thank you very much for that anyway. Fragrance for the gift subscription. Appreciate you all. We need an Elite Plus TFO difficulty. Listen, you might need that. I don't. All right. I was going through my mail. There we go. Probably can replace one with one of these. Thank you very much for the subscription, Ambassador. Subscription? I really appreciate it. I don't think I want that. Let's see. That sounds great. Yes, let's protect me more. And then what have I got here? This is the healing one. Oh no, this is the healing one. That I can replace with something cooler. That could actually be good for melee stuff. That sounds like a good escape, though. All right. Cerveza Cristal! I don't know why we brought that up, but we love it. My Omega stuff, I should really open them and sell them. Okay. I didn't realize I had a bunch in here. Have I just not been opening them because I'm afraid? Where are they? Here. Oh, God, there's 23 of them. Okay. But I know y'all are going to be like, sell them at a vendor. It gives you more money. So I'll go to a vendor. Just because I love you all. For those of you who don't know about the Cerveza Cristal thing, please Google it because it's incredible. It's just the absolute silliest thing anyone has ever done in advertising. They shouldn't. I was gonna say they should never have gotten away with it, but they didn't. So. Oh, I've got the Maquis Tactics. Oh, right, because I bought that and then it was like, oh, we already have it, I think. Thank you very much for the follow, Sean Fruit. I appreciate it. I hardly ever sell things at vendors too. I usually just subscribe them or recycle them, Mino. But the last time I did that on the stream, I got super yelled at. Oh my God, the Masters of the Universe Christmas special. I love that thing so much. I also love the He-Man and She-Ra special. They're so great. Okay. Skeletor is always the MVP of everything. All right, there's more stuff I should clear out from here, but we're not going to right now. We are going to heal our ship injuries, though, if we have any. Which I think we do from the explosions. Jeremy, if you're listening, take out the injury system. It sucks. Yeah, oh, I know, Martin. I know that's why. I just, I don't think there's that many. I don't think I don't know if it makes a huge difference. So, the Kevin Smith He-Man, I didn't like it. It was a good story, and they did a good job of like updating and modernizing it. I really enjoyed the beginning of it, but they just tailed off too many characters. By the time Fisto and Clamp Champ got offed, I was like, Why am I watching this if every character I loved as a child is going to die? Dan, I agree with you. The Sword of Protection is slightly cooler. I still want a Sword of Power, though. Did everybody ever watched Man-at-Arms back in the day? I've been to Tony Swatton's what do you call it? It's not an office. It's a workshop. And he still has the Sword of Power he made. I haven't quite worked up the courage to ask to use it. I don't know what you're talking about, Wart Sahel. Everything in this game is perfect and made perfectly. Am I already queued? Yes, I'm already queued. It's just taking a second. Nope, one of my friends just started playing Pow World, and it's got the Steam notification. Has anyone played that? Is it fun? The whole Pokemon but with guns and you shoot them thing made me confused. All right, let's do it. What lane am I picking? Ambassador Spock, I have full control over all of that as someone who currently works at Cryptic Studios and definitely didn't lose a job a few months ago. So I will say, before all of this went down, cross-faction teaming was almost done, but I don't know if that's still in the cards anymore. Okay, so Kirko, if it is not Pokemon with guns, what is it, in fact? And that's not a challenge. That's a, please fill me in on this thing. Is there any particular reason why I'm not firing? Oh, no, I'm not clicked. Shoot him! There we go. Well, poop. Oh, okay. So it's just a survival game, but with Pokemon kind of creatures. Duncan, that was the first game that made you feel an old man. Didn't you watch me play Dress to Impress 2 weeks ago? By the way, for those of you who were here last week, I think I might do more On Guard next week, rather than doing another completely new game, because I was really enjoying myself. What would you all think? Would you want to see more On Guard, or you want to see me do a different game? I should fix these things over here. That's part of the objectives. Fox Wonder, that makes absolutely sense to me. Absolutely sense? Yes. Can I fix this yet? No.
Well done. The gem had died.
Great. Now let's get ready for the attacks.
Satellite is back online. We'll launch tractor mines against the hover ships.
Yeah, you thought you could hide from me back there? No, you can't. Ooh, thank you very much for the follow, Hangry. I actually was enjoying Old Republic the couple of times I played it. It's a fun game. I don't know if I I might play it on stream. I think you have to subscribe to it to play it, though, like Final Fantasy, so that might be a bridge too far. That's fair, Duncan. Things that are not for you are not for you. Oh, it's free to play. Okay, great. One of the great parts about learning to be an adult, which it seems like Duncan has already mastered, as I knew he did, is when you don't like something, just being like, yeah, I don't like it. Instead of being like, you know, this thing is awful because I don't personally enjoy it. I should go back to where I was. Hey, you're welcome, Hangry Eyes Chicken, and I hope to give you years more. Phil, are you kidding me? You've watched me play the game. Repeatedly, on streams. Bro, I'm not being paid for any of this. I don't have to be nice to you anymore. Go away with that kind of talk. Utterly ridiculous. I'm giving you a timeout. Learn to be better. What ship do I currently want for the Infinity Lockbox? I'd have to look at what's in the Infinity Lockbox. Yeah, there's something about shooting the Pokemon that, I don't know. I don't think it would sit well with me. I'm sure they will, Duncan. It's been super, super successful for what they want, which is metrics.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships. Refugee
You
ships
got it.
heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them. Burke Dreadnought on sensors. Be careful.
Yeah, the only reason I have a lot of the ships that I have is because I was a developer. I know how hard these things are to get. That is, unfortunately, the business model that works the best for the game. I hadn't thought of just going in the opposite circle from the Swarmers before. That seems like it should be obvious, but... Setiverse, first of all, how dare you? We should make a Punisher command fragrance. That's you know, it's like judge, jury, executioner. For when people make really good puns.
Burke ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Gamma is where I was before. Yeah.
Refugee ship heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Hey, I'm glad to hear it, RT5372. No idea who that could possibly be. Appreciate you tuning in.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
Yeah, Martin ARG has got the what I've heard is the secret sauce over the years, is that you buy keys, you sell keys on the exchange, and then you buy the ship you want on the exchange for EC. It's interesting that there are so many people who buy keys. I don't know that I quite understand it, but that's okay.
Down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Sheep of Borg, I want some Frankenstein ships too. I assume you mean like the clump ship, the pack-led clump ship. I want it so bad. The big issue with it is the materials. So a ship model usually has one material on it. That thing would have to have like 5. And I don't know that they... when I left, they hadn't figured out how to do it. Don't know if that means they... if they have by now.
Earth ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Kadubez, the interview happened at the very beginning of the stream for the first hour. It'll be on the VOD if you missed it.
Protect the refugee ships.
With that, so we had a lot of people coming in late saying, oh man, I missed it. For those of you who are watching, should I continue to do interviews at the start of the stream, or should I, like, start the stream for like an hour, and then bring the person on? What makes more sense for y'all as the greatest amount? Because I know one thing that happens is the stream gets more people as I play longer,
Alpha. Protect them.
which I think is why people play for like 11, 12 hours. Which I will not ever have the stamina for, I don't think, but... Oh, that's true, Q. I'm just wondering when people are more likely to show up. It seemed like we had a good amount of people here right at the start, so I think doing it right at the start is good, but... Yeah, I suppose that's true, Orangitis. It does seem like a lot of you didn't leave, which is really incredible. Just sitting here mashing spacebar and not pressing any of my bridge officer buttons. I could hear the Cthulhu somewhere losing his mind. And Stu, really.
Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Well, I like that, Akilagon. I am the storyteller of my stream. Stream only to myself and then go live after the interview. I mean, I talk to myself enough in real life. Probably would make sense. Thanks, Dexter. Appreciate the raid Suluing.
That's everyone.
All right. How did we do? 52 points. Don't really know what that means. Well, I'm glad to hear it, I Love Cookie. Yeah, it just made sense when I was working at Cryptic to do them at the end of the day. But doing them now is also cool. And this way I'm done when my daughter gets home, which I like. I knew there was one hiding. Oh, Cthulhu was great. All right. So, for those of you who are new for the very first time, we have a thing we do here that I think you'll all hopefully enjoy. And that thing is that when I take a break to go, like pee and refill my water, which I'm going to do right now, we watch an episode of The League of Swords. Can I type it faster than fragrance? I can. Haha. Which is my sword fighting stunt show that I put on as live events around here in LA, and also as wow, that's just weird looking. It's not even on the thing. All right, hold on. There we go. That's better. So that's my live action sword fighting show. It's based on pro wrestling. I think you all will enjoy it. So while I go take a short, 10-minute break, we're gonna watch an episode. Let me just get this there. Perfect. That looks much better. So we watched through all 9 episodes that are out right now. But we will be we went back to the beginning because I can do that. So without further ado, let's watch episode 2. And I will see you all in just a few minutes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. But not fully bye-bye. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Previously on The League of Swords.
Tyra Relief, and I'm the lead of the Monks of Prague, because Los Angeles, in your year of 2023, has been chosen as the battleground for the Grand Tournament.
Oh, and we have a win. We have a slay.
Millions of years ago, the monks of the Way saved the universe. They did it by creating the greatest tournament of strength and steel the world has ever known. Welcome to the League of Swords.
Gotta feel the desire. Take a look inside and find what fuels the fire. Do I fight to live or do I live to fight? I wrestle with the beast inside me every night. It's the League of Swords, a battle for the crown evermore. It's the League of Swords. Show us what you stand for.
Welcome, Blade Masters, to the League of Swords! We have another exciting lineup for you today. This match features Vengeance and Kid Bandits.
Vengeance? Psh, I didn't know 90s AOL screen names can wind up being fighters.
What can I say? He's a little angry.
He'd better be.
My name is Nanguaya, and I'm joined with...
On the Real Deal Steve.
Yeah. Want a taste of this? Welcome to the Saints of Swords!
edge of the league.
Cut my knees. Burbank. A city of broken dreams and broken people. I'm not surprised at all about what I see out here tonight. Everything that I see is a group of pathetic losers. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Vengeance. I am the final boss. I clawed my way out of my world, what you people might call an arcade game. Because I was undefeated. No matter how many quarters everyone spent, no one could defeat me. And despite a slight setback at last year's LA Comic-Con, I still believe that's true. That's why I'm the final boss. And so in lieu of cutting down all of the pathetic challengers that might be laid before me, I thought I'd seek out a real challenge. I thought that I might call out the person all of you have placed your hopes and dreams in. Kid Bandit! Woo!
So you're here to win the Crown of Thorns, huh?
Crown of Blades, I am.
Alright, well what are you gonna do with the Crown of Blades?
When I create my ideal world, there will be no togetherness, no love. There will be only conflict. Until one of us is the strongest. And it will be me. Why? What are you going to do?
Well, to be honest, I didn't even know there's a prize. I thought we just get to like stab people here, so. but since the question has been put out, what should I get when I win the Crown of Blades? Let me think. How about free pizza for the world? Yeah! Every single day! Yeah! Forever! Woo! Pizza!
Pizza! Pizza! Pizza! Pizza! Pizza!
No, that's ridiculous!
Pizza!
With extra cheese!
Yeah!
If you like extra cheese.
Shall we do this then?
I need to like learn how to use this.
Fine. You need a second to look at the controls.
I do. Okay, does anybody have like a internet on their phone? Who has internet? Oh, you have internet? Yeah. Okay, so how do I jump? Hey. What? There we go. How do I slash?
Why?
Okay. You and me. Yeah, you and me. Okay. Ha! We have the power of friendship. You're dead.
Yeah! After I'm done with her, you're next.
From the last level and your last quarter, the final boss, Vengeance!
I've heard Vengeance has given a lot of people game overs in his time.
From the hopes and dreams of all, the protagonist of pro wrestling, Kid Bandit!
Kid Bandit is one of the most agile people I've ever seen.
Take your places!
Yes, very light on her feet.
Oh, that was fancy. I'll go do that.
Now, is she any good with a sword, though?
Let's find out. I don't seem too confident.
Everyone knows the Naruto pose works.
Oh, with a cartwheel advance. Oh.
Vengeance pretty quick. Destroying the pavement.
Oh, with a tumble. What are they doing? They are really at each other.
Alright, that was cheap.
I kicked his butt.
Parry. Kid Bandit is just so agile on their feet.
Yeah, but it's only gonna take one hit from Vengeance to put her out.
Yeah. Vengeance is not playing with that two-handed sword. One slice is all they need.
Oh, yeah. And you also have to take into consideration, like, the size difference. Like, Vengeance and... see here.
We have a choke. We have a choke that counts just like losing a weapon. If they get to 10, that is a disqualification. They lose. Oh, with a reversal with an arm slice.
That's cheap. That shouldn't even be allowed. Like, once you're being choked, you should just tap out. Friendship or pizza or whatever, I don't care.
Extra cheese.
To hell with your pizza.
Vengeance with this wild
Showing that agile. Ooh, a butterfly over the blade. Reverse to a 1-inch punch. Ooh. Can't Vengeance catch their breath? Oh, disarmed. Disarm and a minor. Is that? Oh, and a wardrobe malfunction. Oh.
It looked like they were going to try for a the determination of Vengeance still stands by having only half a foot.
Oh, what determination to win this fight. They do not care about their hand. They care about the victory. Bandit's not getting up. The strength of Vengeance. Woo! That was smooth.
Pizza after next year! 1 year and a day, baby!
Wait, do I get paid in double pizza now? I can't wait. Kid Bandit's gonna give me pizza? And then Craft Services is gonna give me pizza? We're gonna have friendship and pizza for days! God,
All the pizza for you, my friend.
I'm so glad I'm not lactose intolerant! Oh, so, does this work on a video game character too?
Apparently it does.
Okay, well, he seems cranky.
Yes.
Like, you think he's gonna write about this on LiveJournal?
For someone who doesn't lose, he's not taking losing too nicely. We'll see more of Vengeance, I'm sure of it.
Y'all warmed up for your dance earlier, right?
Saint, I realize I've got to give you a special greeting.
There is one more chapter.
And we're back. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was our very first show, and it was a ton of fun. Even with my boot exploding. I saw the conversation in the chat about the boot. I wish those boots had worked out. They were so cool, and they made me look so badass. But yeah, they did explode. And then the other pair that I had bought also exploded. That one, thankfully, during rehearsal, not during a show. I would love to wear big stomping boots like that during the fights, but I haven't risked it since. Scotty87 says he took my soul. Fragrance, I love the new command. I have to correct you. The command, the line was, "None of you get pizza, you little," and then I get stabbed. All right, let's play some more Star Trek. We'll do at least a couple more TFOs before I go collapse. Yeah, at least I didn't break my ankle. I did a lot of practicing walking around in them and like shuffling around to get ready for the fight, and I did a couple rehearsals in them. Had no idea that the soul was just coming off. Perfect, Fragrance. Happy late New Year to you too, Pico. I'm gonna post the League of Swords command one more time in both chats, so y'all can go ahead and follow that if you want. I found a hilarious website the other day. My friend sent it to me. It's called PDF to Brain Rot. And what it does is it takes your PDF files or like websites and stuff, and it turns it into one of those AI voiced, silly little like Minecraft jumping in the background videos. It's hilarious. I sent it to the League of Swords website, and it was really funny. Oh yeah, I need to get a Bajoran deflector. You're right. Where do I get it? Can I just get it on the exchange, or is it in like a lockbox ship or something? Ship equipment. Ship deflector. Oh, there we go. Never mind. It's a quest reward. Right, I gotta go play that same mission again. I mean, I can just say it in my vengeance voice. Is that okay, Soniverse? None of you get pizza, you little... Oh my god, I haven't played this mission in so long. The Breach, baby. We ended up with the same TFO again? All right. Captain Lockhart. This briefing is always so funny because I see those ships, you know, shooting forward and exploding. And I always think, why am I not moving? Everyone else is moving. How did you start moving fast again so quickly, Endeavor? Teach me your secrets. Oh, you went to full impulse. Duh. Oh, Lord, Kirko. That does sound frustrating. Especially because I think the original version of this TFO, when it came out, was like 40 minutes long or something like that before they cut it down. That would be crazy. Look at you just zipping around, Endeavor. You went through here with a jelly? What the hell? That's great. Yeah, there are still people who wax nostalgic for the 40-minute raids that STO used to have. I don't know that I'm one of them. Wait, the normal version? Is that the version we're in? Oh, I know Hunter Bahamut. I played one once, and then I made the team remove it from randoms because it was so hard and so long. And then everyone was mad at me because like, hey, Cal can't play the game. I'm like, no, dude, I'm just not having random players get stuck with 40-minute TFOs where if you die in the final boss, you're locked out until everyone dies and you have to start again. Well, it's also just, I mean, oh wow, yeah, this is I've never seen this before. And I'm sure never is a strong word, but absolutely not. What is slowing me down like this? Stop it. Can I get there and do some damage before Endeavor murders everything? Let's find out. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Becky Midnight. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I love when you get that target's shields have failed notification after it's already blown up. Scotty H7, I know there were discussions about that. About whether the servers would be moved to Europe. But I don't know if that actually happened. There's a lot of stuff that's tied up in weird places. Good lord, Duncan, that's crazy. So I'm playing currently the shorter version of this. Nope. Oh, good. That's fun, Duncan. Remember when games were designed to punish you instead of being fun? Kirko, no idea about that legally. There may be a loophole there because Cryptic technically still exists. I don't know. Setaverse, zero idea. I know there were plans when I left, but I haven't talked to them about it. I'm hoping to make this channel sort of a mini 10 forward. Wow, it recovered its shield so fast. When you say Drozana Station, are you talking about the ghost missions? I mean, I really think Andre, our executive producer at the time, was really the one pushing for, like, we need to get rid of this old content. And I think he was right. And I just remember getting really frustrated with a lot of the early jank. Endeavor, what are you already doing up here? What did you say? Oh, Trexpert, not Setaverse. I am stuck. There we go. Oh, okay. Welcome to Drozana! There you go. Welcome, welcome, Status Void. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Stanky Boy, you know, weirdly, zero. I figured the new Deca CM would be emailing me all the time. I gave her my, I gave them my personal email. But I have not heard, other than the response to me asking for this Nick interview. Nope, that's not it. Thank you very much for the follow. Urker? Is that Lurker Delta? Or that's Lurker Delta. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Oops. I got blown up. Captain Nathan Tyson, we did not get an announcement today of when the new map would be coming. I haven't gotten any information on that. Yeah, I got turned into a pancake. Anniversary sounds right. Apparently the new ESD is on Tribble, although people are telling me it's the janky version and not finished. How dare you, Dexter? I should do something like that, Trexpert. I should also figure out a way to make it so that when you say a funny voice, it gives me the funny it gives the funny voice, or it gives you a prompt to put in what you want me to say. I also need more channel point redeem options, so I'm open to suggestions. One that just occurred to me was cut a promo on the user as Vengeance. That would be fun. Perry H6, we did confirm on the stream earlier. There's not going to be like a storyline point or a cutscene about what happens in the old to the old DS ESD. There was so Scotty H7. There was and may still be, I don't know, a legal issue that prevented Deca from talking to y'all. I don't know if that issue still persists. I hope it... Well, I was going to say, I guess I hope it does, because if they aren't talking to you. But I hope it gets cleared up quickly. Well, I blew up. Let's get some more disco marks. Ooh, and I got a new spec point. Let's spend it. What do we want? Or... Yes, that sounds great. I don't know if it's actually good. It's probably actually bad, but that sounds like so much fun. All right, let's go repair. Wrong way. That's probably fine, SFC. I think I was as non-committal as I possibly could be there. I just died in this TFO today. Must have been something I did. Yeah, Duncan, you're absolutely right. I mean, communicating with people who used to be on the team, I definitely messaged Jesse a few times after, and Misa, after they left, to be like, hey, how do? All right. Oop. Right, reputations. Got to keep that going. Yeah, Jonathan is missed. He's a great guy, but he's doing great work. I forgot where he went. All right. Dexter, do you think we can get... Yeah, we can get through that mission in like 15 minutes, probably. Are you online, bud? I gotta remember which person you are, so remind me of that, too. Hey, thanks for lurking, Gobo! Everyone send love my brother's way. Okay, I'm going to assume that's Dexter. If it's not, I don't know. He might have. All right, let's go. Yeah, Gecko went there. Jared went there. Scott went there. There's like a whole STO reunion going on over there.
Our scouts have found an attack.
I like that command, Fragrance. Thank you. It should be Cryptic Studios, but that is a great idea, and thank you for doing it. All right. Let's do this. Ah, get me out of here. I also miss Maria and Jet, Mino, Dan. Thankfully, I talk to them a lot, but I do miss working with them. Thank you for the follow, Scotty. Scotty. Oh, it didn't send you with me? Oh, man. Yeah, we should definitely have some stuff for all the other games we play, too. Huh, what the hell? I'm not dealing with y'all anymore. I just do it for fun. Can you be brought in?
We believe their target is a defenseless.
Weird.
An unfortunate loss.
I know. I wish I had Marcus Marhawkman. Unfortunately, those streams died. They were really fun while they lasted. Maybe if you'd explained your great purpose, none of this would have happened. Oh, I need to hit the Shukdin first. Oh boy, yeah, a lot of people have been talking about how cold it is out today. It's 75 here in LA, so I probably can't talk much. I know the Rexgava's got this, but I might as well shoot them. I love you too, Fragrance. Oh, Duncan, it's going to be cold in San Francisco. The trick about San Francisco is that it's always cold. My God, Marhawkman. That's crazy. Yeah, that'll do it, Nathan. Those are some crazy wind chill. Dang. Oh, I was out of cloak already. No, I wasn't. There we go. Oh wait, this is a Zenkefti ship. I shouldn't have warped behind it. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, Dexter. Yeah, it's weird. Alright, what do you want me to say? Hell yeah, Captain Nathan, that's awesome. For those of you who who aren't reading the chat or whatever, His mom just won 2-year fight with cancer. Well freaking done. Everybody say how awesome Captain Nathan's mom is. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm crazy and I love it.
You made it. Good.
Glad you could make it. The time for battle is upon us. Fight well. And with honor. Kapla!
Kabla! I know that power is silly. I'm sure it's the opposite of meta, but it feels so much fun to spin things around. The camera is more crazy than me? What does that mean? Ow! What was that? Sorry, Dexter. That's alright. I'll just power through it, I guess. Oh! Spock was a soul, what you wanted me to say in a funny voice? Oh, Jempok dying in Tribble? Yeah, that was definitely me. I'm very excited to see that again. Please do post it in the Discord. Oh, there it is. I was like, I hear phaser weapon fire.
Alliance forces.
Oh, gotta go over to DS9.
Repair cruiser safely aboard. Thanks for
Battle stations. The enemy is upon us.
Both Tony Todd and JG Hertzler just had so much gosh darn fun being Klingons. Every moment, every time. It's so much fun to watch, or listen to, in this case. And Robert, too, yeah. I actually met Robert out at the premiere of the web series that I was in. I think he was friends with one of the castmates. go to Cloak. The most famous person I've seen in public since moving to LA was unfortunately Jared Leto. It was hilarious because he walked into a restaurant that I was at, and he had like the cap pulled down, his hair up, sunglasses, all of this like I'm in super incognito mode. Except he was wearing a giant 30 Seconds to Mars shirt. Like if there had ever been any doubt in my mind who it was erased the moment I saw his shirt. Am I going to any cons this year? I went to one on Saturday. You could see what that was like on my TikTok and Instagram. But I'm hoping to go to some of the fun ones. Might be fun to go to STLV this year if it's not stupid expensive, which it always is. But at least my in-laws live in Vegas, so you know. And I will, of course, be at Anime Las Vegas and Anime Pasadena and Anime Riverside as part of the Four Empires. So if you're going to any of those, come and find me. Who's the second most? The weird thing is I haven't run into a ton of celebrities. Thank you very much for the subscription, Riorona. That is awesome of you. I appreciate it. The second most famous person. You mean like people I just casually seen like out and about, right? Because like I went to the Star Trek Picard premiere, so I saw a lot of Star Trek actors there, and oddly, Cody Rhodes. I wonder if Las Vegas gets the Star Trek license back. I don't know. I don't love Creation as a company, but you know, if CBS isn't going to do it, someone should. Thank you very much for the follow, Artie Calls.
The unique Zenkethy ships are closing.
I did miss your sweet party because I wasn't at STLV. Very hard for me to come to parties when I'm not there. Any thoughts on the upcoming streaming movie about Section 31 on Paramount Plus? Michelle Yeoh is a national treasure. And that's really all I need to know to be on board with that. Go, watch your robots. Oh, that's weird, Dexter. Sorry about that. Kirko, that's hilarious. That is exactly the sort of thing that would happen to him. Yeah, STLV, honestly, like, it's one of the great things about it is also one of the worst things about it was that it's basically a friend, family reunion. So you don't really need to do the con to have fun there. It's mostly just about running into your friends. I want to go to PAX U this year, although actually I may end up going to Dragonsteel instead because I've just become once again obsessed with Brando Sando.
We've lost phasers. Cover us while we make repairs. Zenkethy reinforcements inbound. Moving to intercept.
Well, the cryptic peoples still go, Duncan. They may not go as cryptic peoples, but they still go, so...
You tried to end me once before. It won't go any better this time.
Oh, I pushed the shield with me. That's neat. Yeah, that is the main problem with going to cons, Duncan.
One to go. Get to it while you can.
Thanks, Trexpert. I'm glad to know that I'm A-okay.
Clever. They rerouted their weapons control to the command.
Having to burn your PTO to visit your family over Christmas is dumb. One of the many things about capitalism that's just dumb. All right, onward. I love those transporters. Oh man, I was talking to somebody else, my friend who's living in Italy right now, and they were talking about what the schedule is like over there and how people just take huge breaks all the time, and it sounds amazing. Oops. Yeah, Kirko, that certain other mobile game has so much gosh darn money behind it. I did apply to become their community manager, but did not get it. Ow! Stop pulling me. Where's, I want to make Martok a martial arts master because it would be funny. But where is he? There he is. Nope. There. Nope. Target Martok. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Dragon Con, I've heard, is amazing. Captain Nathan. A lot of my friends go to that. It's apparently just like the biggest party in the world for nerds, and that sounds really cool. Yeah, sabbaticals would be great.
Surrender, Admiral, or fight if you have the spine. Do you really think the conflict will end here, now?
Do. Garrett Wong, I think, runs the Star Trek track at Comic-Con. Fragrance, I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely didn't shove a bunch of stuff into your hand. That's crazy talk. Definitely. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I may have a bunch of codes in a box over there.
Alpha team reporting. Command deck is locked down.
This is Beta team. Commencing operation.
Oh man, the more that we can make people not work, the better. I mean, honestly, I'm a big proponent of universal basic income. I'm a big proponent of 4-day work week. I just don't think our lives should be dedicated to the things they are now. Good night, Scotty. Give your 1-year-old a hug from us. They may already expire SFC. I don't know. If I set them up, they won't, but... God, this was such a cool cutscene.
Impossible. And yet,
I do watch the Dragon Con parade every year, which is just fun. It's like the Macy's Day Parade for me.
they belong to the Herc. We must return to our ships immediately.
Hey, listen, sometimes I want to put a gun inside my mind. I'm a Klingon. Duh. What was my first game system? The NES.
Many a Klingon has dreamed of battle. Test themselves as kings once. DS9 is under attack. This is Captain Alpha. Speaking from the center. All ships, target the vessel.
This was such a good, like, quote-unquote season finale.
No, not the warp core. Eject! Do it now! Lost shields. DS9 is taking heavy damage.
DS9 has been disabled. X-Ray 9, this is Martha. Report. We give our lives for Phasor!
Hey, that's fine, Endeavor. Everybody has to start somewhere. I got a PS2 really late, and I mostly used it to play Zone of the Enders: The Second Runner, which is such a good game. Oh man, Nathan! Now that's a blast from the past. That's awesome. Trexpert, we've already established they're not going to do anything to replace ESD. I mean, thank you for the follow, Mofongo Jones. They're not going to do a story beat to replace it. They're just going to replace it. I suppose that's true, Trexpert. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. Nice, X-Storm. Oh, yeah. That makes perfect sense, Nathan. Still 38. Just like Batman. I had an Atari 2600 for a while, but I never like hooked it up or played anything on it. I eventually ended up using it as a giveaway for an Extra Life event.
Slow down those Earth ships. They're much
All right, Becky, thanks for stopping by and thanks for following. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday.
Granted. A security escort will meet you at the docking port.
Understood.
Oh, that's right. It is Aaron's birthday.
Just a moment. We're picking up something here. Can't get a clear reading.
Rest in peace, buddy. We miss you.
We will await you in Stovacor.
Kalis didn't have the Dominion to deal with battle to Earth. It's coming.
Chronically Tired, yeah, you did miss the interview, but it'll be on the VOD, which will be up on YouTube immediately after this. And will, I hear, be on Twitch tomorrow?
Dominion ships incoming. Are they attacking? Vessels. Let's attack on the Earth. And remember, victory is life.
I can't remember. Does anybody remember? Did we do the tease for Victory is Life at STLV before we released this episode or afterwards? I think before. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we announced Victory is Life, but not what it was in 2017. That's right. Oh yeah, everything on Tribble is buggy. That's the whole point of Tribble. Thanks, Fragrance. Glad you could be so specific. Stanky Boy, yeah, we found out about it in a video call. There were several, about the whole, getting taken over by Deca thing. There were several video calls that our CEO had with us that was updating us, first on whether we were going to stay with Embracer, and then whether we were going to be sold, and then eventually that we were going to be transferred over to Deca.
Alliance forces. I am Lord as always.
We have to talk.
I know that, Jake.
Ambassador, that was a feature. We wanted you to be able to make eggs on your computer. All right. That was a fun stream. Let's grab our reward. So the deflector is what we want. Deflector is what we want. Great. Let's equip it. Is it this guy? Must be. That's great, Rachel. Yeah, I think Nimoy. I think we had Nimoy and Zachary Quinto both in the game at the very beginning. So we had two Spocks right at the end. Well, thank you very much, Dexter. All right. No, I didn't. I grabbed the deflector, didn't I? No, I grabbed the deflector. Don't mess with me like that. What do you want me to say, Trexpert? Oh, the deflector went to my overflow bank. Okay. Yep. Is that it? There it is. Okay. That would be why. Okay. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my inventory, but I will do that at a later date because we're going to wrap up right now. All right. So, first of all, who's playing that would be fun right now that would be fun to raid? You know what? Let's see what Shaq News is up to. Thank you very much for the follow, Tanitos. I appreciate it. Of course, I have to watch an ad while we're doing that. So while we're watching the ad, let me, there we go here, and let me do a quick shout out. Thank you all very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Yes, please stow away whenever you want, Danny does. And we will, so yes, this week there is no stream tomorrow, because did I update these? No, I didn't, but that's an easy fix. So there is no stream tomorrow because I've got some auditions I got to go to. And then on Wednesday, we will be back with Final Fantasy 14. Thursday, we're going to have some Marvel Rivals. And Friday, we will be doing some Just Chatting. So there you go. Thank you, Raj. I hope you had fun. Actually, auditions for Universal Studios is doing these Fan Fest things. When D&D, One Piece, Back to the Future, and there's this little show you may have heard of called Star Trek. Anyway, they're looking for walk-around characters. I don't think I'll get it because the Star Trek ad, at least, was like fit to slim is what they were looking for, and I am not that. But you never know. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you had fun. I posted my socials in the Twitch chat already, but they are in the YouTube chat. You can find me on Twitter at Vengeance God. You can find me on Blue Sky also at Vengeance God. You can find me on TikTok at Vengeance God 2 and on Instagram at Broken Infinity Films. Give those all a follow. I am the host of 3 podcasts on the Ace of Geeks podcast network. And I think you will enjoy them all. We are now doing a thing in our Discord where we do live recordings. So come and join the Discord, hang out, good community there, and also you can see some of this stuff happening. Oh yeah, I know, I'm very excited, Mito Dan. Rivals is but the new season, maybe I'll switch Thursday and Friday this week. I didn't even think about that. So that we can do season 1 on Friday. We'll see. Anyway, yes, League of Swords is my high octane stunt show. Thank you for posting it already, Endeavor. That I have created and that I hope you will watch and enjoy. And then finally, I got a wish list. If you want to buy me stuff, you don't have to, but if you want to. Nice, Captain Nathan. I am also on Mount Jaro. Hasn't had that big of an effect for me yet, but I haven't been on it very long. All right, so Shaq News is playing a game I don't recognize. Maybe the game is called Talented. The game is called Talented. Okay, but they seem like they're having fun. It's a good group of people. Although, actually, I think I might raid Demonic Baker instead, because Shaq News is not, it's a company. This is a person. So let's do that. All right, folks. Thank you very much, Examir, for the bits. I really appreciate it. Nice, Jaden Prime. Well done. All right. So, everybody, thank you again so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of our new followers and subscribers. Hopefully I will see you all on Wednesday. And yeah, we'll have more fun then. So bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.